What's going on, Bucks gang? Travis checking in with you, man. So, as you see, the schedule's out. 2018, let's get it. We start the season off with our own rivals, the Saints, on the road. And let's be real, they mad about how they ended that season with us. Uh, After that, at home, the defending Super Bowl champs, Eagles, coming into town. And you know they're going to be coming in the season hot. We got two former players on our roster, so maybe we'll get some tips from them and whatnot, but we'll see. After that, Monday Night Football against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Damn. Damn, they really set us up. Then we go on the road to Chicago. They're supposed to be looking revamped, but we tore them up last year, so they're going to be angry off of that. On the road again, the Dirty Birds. I ain't really worried about them too much. I mean, we all know how they are. After that, we got the Cleveland Browns at home. Can't sleep on them. You know, a lot of people say it's the Browns. Dude, doesn't matter. You can't sleep on any opponent. Any opponent. And who knows how they'll be with all their picks they're getting. Then we go on the road to Cincinnati and play the Bungles. Then we go back on the road again to Carolina. Then at home with the Redskins, which should be interesting. Then we go up to New York. Then we got 3 home games in a row with San Fran, Carolina, and the Saints. We go up north again with the Ravens. And then we go out west to Dallas. And then we finish the season with the Dirty Birds at home. So looking at the schedule, we're playing I'm playing about 6 teams that went to the playoffs, 3 of them being our own rivals, the Super Bowl champions, the Steelers, and then the San Francisco ended the season hot. New York should be looking real competitive this year. Honestly, in my opinion, this season is going to be the make or break for Dirk Cutter and Jameis. You know, 4th year. And actually Jason Light as well, because we should see how his draft picks pan out. You know, we're supposed to be going defensive. And honestly, with the way this season's looking, we're going to be playing against a lot of good teams. You know, playoff teams on the rise. So we should be one of those teams on the rise as well. Not saying, why shouldn't we be? It's going to be exciting. It's going to be one to really see how we reflected off of last year's big collapse that everybody was expecting us to, when people were expecting us to make the playoffs and contend. And we didn't do any of that. So this season coming up with this schedule is really going to say a lot about us. With our own division alone. I mean, if we can make the playoffs in our own division, that speaks volumes, people. Whether it's wild card or winning the division itself. Then, if we can win a primetime game against the Steelers, that'd be another big one. But we know the Steelers are the Steelers, man. They're still a good contender. So AFC North, AFC North, NFC East. And then we go out west one time to Dallas, which isn't too far, which isn't bad at all when it comes to going out west. And we only go up north when it's cold with the Ravens. So we shouldn't, we can't blame weather. And I'm so glad we do not have a Thursday night game. Thank God. So nobody should be with the excuse, oh, they had a short work week, they're tired. None of that bullshit, okay? Looking at the schedule, I'm going to say 9-7. I want to say 9-7 because then I don't know who we drafted. I don't know how we're gonna look. I mean, of course not. No, none of us do. Not even preseason. And preseason I don't like to use as a reference for how we're gonna look, because anybody can look great in preseason and be Super Bowl champs, preseason champs, then come in the season trash. I mean, Detroit Lions fans know about that. And this will be a real good season to see what we're going to go in the future. I know we're possibly picking up Jameis's option, 5th-year option, but if we can't contend or compete, I see Dirk Cutter bouncing, bro. I see Smith. It's going to be all Smith too. We're getting the right players for your little defense, okay? And Jason Light with your picks, man. So this should be a very interesting season compared to the last few seasons. I know last season the anticipation was exciting, but this year is I think it's going to be very experimental. I think it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. I would really like to see where we go in the draft. I'll make a video on that later about who I want and why and who I'll take. But this is about the schedule coming up, and it's looking exciting. So let's stay strapped and ready to ride, Bucks fans. Travis signing out. Shout out Isaiah.